Welcome to the deep dive. You know, you see some people who just seem to flow through life.
Hmm.
They hit their goals almost effortlessly, it looks like, while others, putting in the same grind, just seem to hit wall after wall.
Yeah, it's a common frustration.
So what's the secret sauce there? Well, today, that's exactly what we're diving into. We're looking at bridging that gap between just intending something and actually making it real.
Right?
And we're doing it by merging two really powerful practices, mindfulness and manifestation, which, it turns out, really boost each other when you combine them.
They absolutely do. Often taught separately, but the synergy is key.
Exactly. We're drawing a lot from the Mindful Manifestation Guide, this great ebook that really lays out how there are almost two sides of the same coin.
Hmm.
And you'll find the difference isn't just about, ticking boxes or actions. It's the mindset, the energy behind it all.
That's the core of it.
So we're talking practical tools today, stuff rooted in, well, ancient wisdom, but also backed by modern research, tools to help you create a life that really clicks. Let's get into it.
Right.
Okay, so first things first. The guide really hammers home presence. Being present, it says this is the absolute cornerstone.
It is.
It's what shifts you from just watching life happen to you to being an active, conscious creator of your life.
Exactly. Co-creator.
But, for a lot of us, being present sounds nice, maybe a bit abstract. How does just being here now actually help us manifest, the big stuff, our desires?
That's a fantastic question. Because it's much more than just feeling calm, although that's part of it.
Right.
What's fascinating here is what the science is showing. Your mind, it processes something like, 6,000 thoughts a day?
Yeah.
Give or take.
Okay.
And most of them are just scattered. Unnoticed noise, really.
Yeah.
Think of your mental energy like light. If it's dispersed, it's just a dim glow.
Yeah.
But if you focus it through presence, it becomes a laser beam. Really powerful.
The laser beam. I like that.
And that focus, that presence, it's literally rewiring your brain. We talk about neuroplasticity.
Right, the brain changing itself.
Exactly. When you consistently practice being present, your prefrontal cortex, that's your planning, decision-making hub, it gets more active, sharper focus on goals.
Makes sense.
And even more, the anterior cingulate cortex, crucial for emotional regulation, attention, it can actually get thicker, more dense.
Really?
Yeah. So you gain more control over your focus, your emotional reactions. And here's a key bit. When you shift into presence, that default mode network, the mind-wandering worrying part,
Autopilot.
that quiets down significantly. And that mental space, that quiet, is where intentional creation really happens. It's like those peak states athletes or artists talk about, complete presence.
Okay, so it clears the static.
Precisely. And this alignment, this deep presence, it creates what's called coherence. Your thoughts, emotions, your physical state, they all start vibrating in harmony.
Like tuning forks.
Exactly like tuning forks. It's not just a feeling. It generates a real resonance, an energy field that naturally attracts similar energies. Plus, presence sharpens your reticular activating system, the RAS.
Ah, the brain's filter.
Yep. It's why when you decide you want, say, a red car, suddenly you see red cars everywhere.
Happens every time.
Your RAS is now primed to notice what's relevant to your intention. Those opportunities were likely always there, but now you see them.
So what this all means for you listening is presence isn't just woo-woo stuff. It's about directing your creative power with actual precision.
Absolutely.
And to really harness this, the guide gives us the clear method. It starts with C-centering, grounding yourself maybe with some conscious breaths. Get here now.
It is
Then there's E, envision. And this is powerful. Really envision that outcome. Use all your senses. Feel it like it's already real.
Embody it.
Yeah. And the last step, R, is release, which sounds maybe a bit counterintuitive. You let go of how it has to happen while holding the intention.
Trusting the process.
Right. Like a gardener. You prep the soil, that's presence, plant the seed's intention, nurture it. But you don't dig up the seeds every 5 minutes to check on them.
You trust. Beautiful analogy.
Okay, so we've got the foundation, presence. Now, the next big step is, well, knowing what we actually want to manifest, getting really clear.
Crucial.
But honestly, with all the noise out there, social media, expectations, what everyone else is doing, how do we even know what we truly want versus what we think we should want?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we are constantly bombarded. It's like trying to see your reflection in a really dusty mirror.
Yeah, covered in grime.
The grime of society's expectations, maybe our parents' dreams for us, things we absorbed unconsciously. It obscures our authentic desires.
So we chase things that aren't really ours.
Exactly. The guide mentioned Sarah, the attorney, spent years climbing the corporate ladder, made partner, and felt empty.
Oh, wow.
It was only through mindfulness, creating that inner space, that she uncovered her real passion was environmental work. Completely different.
That's huge.
It highlights that understanding why you want something is critical. Is it coming from deep inside you? Or is it about proving something or fitting in?
The why is everything.
And mindfulness acts like your internal compass here. It calms that frantic mental chatter, that mental pond, as the guide calls it.
Creates space.
Yes, space to actually hear yourself. It's like mental decluttering, sifting through all those thoughts and wants to find what genuinely lights you up versus what feels like an obligation or comes from fear.
Okay, sorting the signal from the noise.
And what's fascinating is how your body helps. Mindfulness boosts intercept-7, your ability to sense internal cues.
Feel it in your gut, sort of thing.
Exactly. A true desire often feels expansive, light, easy in the body. Something that's not aligned might feel like tension, constriction, heaviness. Your body knows.
We just need to learn to listen. So the guide offers a practical tool for this too, right? The pause method.
Yes, simple but effective.
You start with P, get present, breathe. Then A, acknowledge. Just notice thoughts, feelings, body sensations. No judgment.
Just observe.
They even understand, where is this feeling coming from? Is it really mine, or is it that external pressure?
Getting to the root.
Right. This process helps clear the static, letting your intuition, that gut feeling, that immediate knowing, come through more clearly.
It strengthens that intuitive muscle.
And yeah, those obstacles, fear, limiting beliefs, pressure, they're real. But mindfulness gives you the tools to just navigate them, not be run by them.
You work with them.
Exactly. And when you land on a truly authentic desire, there's less resistance. It feels different, more flow, more natural motivation. It's got that magnetic effect.
It pulls you forward.
Okay, so we're present. We're clear on our authentic desires. Now for the action part. How do we move forward mindfully to actually bring these things into reality? This is where it gets real.
This is where the magic meets the material, you could say. And the science of embodied manifestation is really cool here.
Tell me more.
Well, your brain, amazingly, doesn't always distinguish strongly between vividly imagining an action and actually doing it.
Mental rehearsal, like athletes use?
Exactly. The same neural pathways fire. But when you combine that inner work with mindful physical action, taking conscious steps aligned with your goal, you turbocharge the process.
Ah, so it's not just thinking, it's doing with the thinking.
Precisely. Neuroplasticity again. Each mindful step strengthens those goal-aligned neural networks. Think of learning piano.
Okay.
At first, every finger placement is conscious, clunky. With practice, mindful practice, it becomes fluid, second nature. Mindful action accelerates that process for manifestation. You're intentionally wiring yourself for success.
So you're literally becoming the person who achieves that goal.
You are embodying it.
Hmm?
This creates coherence in action. Your physical state, your mental focus, your emotional energy all aligned, working together.
Like that presentation example you mentioned earlier.
Right. Instead of pacing anxiously, you stand tall, breathe deeply, embody confidence. That mindful physical state doesn't just project confidence, it generates it internally. Influences how you feel, how you perform.
And presumably how others respond.
Absolutely. And each mindful action builds behavioral momentum. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, gathering size and speed. Small, mindful steps attract bigger opportunities.
The snowball effect. I like that.
And all along, your body's feedback system, that interoception, keeps guiding you. Does this step feel expansive or tense? It helps you stay aligned.
So it's a continuous feedback loop. Body, mind, action.
Constantly informing each other for sustained, authentic creation.
Wow. Okay, so this really shifts things. For you listening, mindful action isn't about following some rigid plan. It's about being adaptable, having that psychological flexibility.
Adjusting course while staying true to the core intention.
Yeah, it means manifestation isn't just sitting back and wishing. It's active. It's conscious creation. You're shaping your reality step by mindful step.
You're in the driver's seat.
Okay, but let's be real. Life happens, roadblocks appear. How do we stay mindful, stay the course, when resistance inevitably pops up and tries to throw us off track?
Ah, yes, resistance. It's crucial to understand this because it will show up. It's almost a law of nature, like gravity.
Those sound fun.
Well, it signals you're stretching, moving beyond your comfort zone. It can be external, money issues, bad timing, someone saying no.
Yep, been there.
Or internal, and this is often the big one, self-doubt, fear of failure, fear of success even, those old limiting beliefs bubbling up,
The inner critic gets loud.
very loud.
Yeah.
And this creates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance,
Yeah.
that uncomfortable feeling, that tension between where you are now and where you want to be.
Right. Feels like friction.
Exactly. But the key insight is, if you can acknowledge that dissonance, that resistance, it stops being just an obstacle and becomes information, a compass.
How so?
Because our brains are fundamentally wired for homeostasis.
Yeah.
Stability, sameness,
Wants to keep things the way they are.
precisely.
No.
So any significant change, even a positive one you consciously desire, can register as a threat to your nervous system. It hits the brakes.
So it's not necessarily that I'm doing something wrong.
Not at all. It's often just your system's natural protective response.
Yeah.
And interestingly, the intensity of the resistance often correlates with how much the goal actually matters to you.
Ah, okay. So big resistance might mean big breakthrough potential.
It can, yes. Think of Michelle in The Guide, shifting from her corporate job to being an entrepreneur. Huge leap.
Yeah.
Resistance showed up for her as constant worrying, what-if scenarios, even physical symptoms like tension headaches, unexpected bills popping up.
Wow, all sorts of things.
This is her whole system reacting to the magnitude of the change. Mindfulness helps here by building metacognitive awareness,
Meaning?
the ability to step back and observe your thoughts, your feelings, your reactions without getting totally swept away by them, seeing them as resistance, not as absolute truth.
Okay, detaching a bit. Observe.
It's okay.
The guide has another method for this, right? For dealing with resistance.
Yes, the aware method is really practical. First,
Right.
acknowledge. Just notice the resistance. Where is it in your body?
Yeah.
Tension, fluttering stomach, what thoughts are spinning? No judgment.
Just notice. Okay.
And then W, welcome it. Now, this sounds odd, but see it as information, data. Not an enemy to be fought, but a messenger. What's it telling you?
Welcoming resistance. That's a shift.
It is. Then A, allow. Let the feeling, the thoughts just be there for a moment without needing to fix them or push them away immediately. Imagine a current in a river.
Right.
You don't fight the whole river, you navigate within it.
Okay, don't struggle against it.
Right. And from that space of allowing, then you are respond thoughtfully. Consciously choose your next step rather than reacting automatically out of fear or frustration.
Respond, don't react.
That's the essence. This
Yeah.
whole process builds what's called emotional granularity, being better able to pinpoint exactly what you're feeling, which gives you more power to work with it constructively.
That makes sense. So, practically, to keep moving when resistance hits, what helps?
Micro steps are huge. Break
Yeah.
that big, scary goal down into ridiculously small, manageable actions. So small the fear response barely registers.
Like instead of find a new job, maybe update one sentence on my resume.
Exactly. Or research one company for 15 minutes. Send one email. It builds momentum without overwhelm. Also, supportive rituals.
Like habits.
Yeah, daily practices that combine mindfulness with action. Maybe a 5-minute morning meditation focused on your goal, immediately followed by taking one tiny action step. Creates consistency.
Okay, linking the inner and outer work.
And don't underestimate community. Surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded people can make a massive difference when you hit a rough patch.
Your manifestation circle.
Could be. And finally, environmental alignment. Your physical space matters. Decluttering, creating a dedicated spot for your practice, it sends signals to your subconscious that support your intention.
It all reinforces that shift. Challenges are feedback, not failure.
That's the mindset that keeps you going.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork with presence, we've clarified our true desires, we've taken mindful action, navigated the bumps. Now we get to the really lovely part. Receiving. How do we effectively receive what we've been calling in? The harvest.
Ah, the harvest. It's beautiful. And there's some fascinating neuroscience here too, especially around gratitude.
Gratitude is key for receiving.
Absolutely central. Research shows consistent gratitude actually rewires your brain, increases activity and density in areas linked to emotional regulation, empathy, and positive feelings, like the anterior cingulate and medial prefrontal cortex.
So feeling thankful literally changes your brain for the better.
It does. It creates this upward spiral, a gratitude feedback loop. Feeling grateful releases dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, those feel-good neurochemicals. This makes you feel better, which makes it easier to notice more things to be grateful for, which primes you to receive even more positivity.
Wow, like tuning your brain to the good stuff frequency.
Exactly. Your brain's reward circuitry gets sensitized. It develops selective attention for the positive, for the opportunities, for the manifestations arriving, like seeing those red cars everywhere, but for blessings.
Okay, that makes sense.
And there's more. Gratitude also triggers your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system.
Yeah.
It calms you, makes you feel safe and open, which is the ideal state for receiving.
Lowers stress, increases receptivity.
Mm-hmm. It even makes your heart rhythm more coherent, generating a measurable electromagnetic field that resonates outwards. You literally become more attracted to positive experiences.
That's incredible. But you mentioned mindful receiving. How is that different from just waiting for good things to happen?
Good question. It's not passive waiting, it's active receptive awareness. It's a state of open, non-judgmental attention, ready to notice manifestations even if they arrive in unexpected forms.
So not being fixated on exactly how it has to look.
Exactly. So many people miss their manifestations because they look different than expected. Mindfulness also helps us spot unconscious blocks to receiving deep-seated beliefs about not being worthy or fears about abundance.
Things that make us subconsciously push good things away.
Precisely. Mindfulness brings those to light so we can release them. It connects back to non-attachment too. Hold the vision, feel the gratitude, but be open to the how.
Trust the universe's delivery system.
In a way, yes. Trust the process.
Okay, so practically, how do we cultivate this receptive state?
Creating sacred space helps. Physically, maybe a clean desk, a nice corner for reflection, and energetically through meditation, clearing clutter, setting an intention for receptivity.
Making space for the good stuff to land.
And manage your time to include moments specifically for gratitude and reflection, even 5 minutes a day. Use visual reminders, keep a gratitude journal handy, place meaningful objects where you'll see them.
Keep that feeling alive.
And the guide mentions some advanced techniques too, like quantum gratitude.
Sounds intriguing.
It's about cultivating genuine thankfulness for your desire as if it has already manifested. Feeling it now, this aligns your energy powerfully with the having of it.
Feeling it into reality.
Kind of. And gratitude cycling. Breathing in the feeling of the desire fulfilled, breathing out gratitude. It's about actively cultivating that receptive, grateful state, even when things are challenging. That builds real resilience.
So it's an ongoing practice of opening and appreciating.
Beautifully put.
Okay, now imagine taking all of this, the presence, clarity, action, navigating challenges, receiving, and it's not just something you do sometimes, but it becomes your way of life, your default setting. What does that look like?
That's the ultimate integration, isn't it?
Right.
It's moving from conscious, sometimes effortful practice to unconscious competence.
Like learning to drive. At first you think about every little thing.
Exactly. Then eventually you just drive. Or like a master musician who just flows, no longer thinking about scales or chords. That's coherent living.
Coherent living. I like that.
Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they just naturally align with your deepest intentions, your highest good, without constant micromanagement. It becomes your default operating system.
Less striving, more being.
Precisely. It's anchored in present moment awareness, not just chasing future goals. It becomes something you fundamentally are.
And does the brain change even more at this stage?
The research suggests yes. Continued strengthening and coherence in those key brain areas we talked about, prefrontal cortex, anterior cingulate cortex, leading to what you could call manifestation coherence as a baseline state.
Wow.
And this integrates across your whole life. In your work, maybe routine tasks feel infused with intentional presence. In relationships, you cultivate deeper, more resonant connections because you're showing up authentically. Even your home environment becomes a conscious reflection and support for this way of being.
It all starts reinforcing itself.
It becomes a powerful, positive feedback loop. Alignment generates more alignment. Manifestation becomes more effortless, more joyful, more integrated.
That sounds like an incredible way to live.
It's a profound shift.
So, wrapping this up, what does this all really mean for you listening? We've covered a lot of ground today. From that crucial foundation of presence to getting crystal clear on your true desires, taking that aligned, mindful action, navigating the inevitable bumps with awareness, and learning the art of grateful receiving.
Yeah.
And finally, seeing how this can all weave together into a way of living a mindfully manifested life.
It's quite a journey.
It really is. And the core message seems to be, it's not about forcing things. It's not about struggle. It's about aligning your inner world, your awareness, your energy with your outer world, your actions, so you naturally, almost magnetically, draw your desires to you, all while staying grounded and peaceful in the present.
That captures it beautifully. It's working with the flow of life, consciously.
Which leads to maybe one final thought to leave everyone with.
Yes.
Well, you touched on it. As you develop this capacity, this skill for mindful manifestation, How might your commitment to creating consciously impact more than just your own life?
Hmm. That's the deeper question, isn't it?
Yeah.
How does individual conscious creation ripple out? How might it influence the collective field, the consciousness of humanity itself? Something to ponder.
Definitely something to ponder. A powerful place to end. Thank you so much for sharing all this insight today.
My pleasure entirely.
And thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you feel inspired to explore these ideas in your own life. Take that first mindful breath, that first small intentional